So, hi everybody. This is the Sunday support call on Sundays. A little bit delayed. So I had a meeting with my family yesterday. I wasn't capable of doing the call yesterday. So, welcome everybody. Lawrence is already unmuted and has his hand up. So, why won't you just jump in?
Well, what's interesting, Christoph, is no matter what time of the year, the fans are always running in your apartment.
The body
It's
mind
quite
is
fun.
experiencing a lot of heat. You know, I'm doing the gym. I'm sweating a lot, so I'm always kidding. The body takes 10 liters of water in 10 minutes or something like that.
I see.
So I like having some air around.
Yeah, the air moving. Yeah, I
Yes.
understand.
It reminds me of being in nature also.
Like a breeze. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it's nice to see you. I I would like some facilitation
Okay.
about something work related.
Hmm.
I noticed that when I start work,
Yes.
I there tends to be some kind of mobilization on the level of fear.
Yes.
Like I feel I need to somehow push myself with fear,
Hmm.
and of course I see the other person as separate. So
Yes.
I'd like some
I smell it. Is
facilitation
it
with
in the
that.
oven?
Somebody has something in the oven.
I turned her off. I found that.
Okay, okay. Yeah, smells good. Yeah, so I'd like some assistance with that.
Okay. How do you feel right now? What's the now feeling?
If I don't think about the issue,
Hmm.
I just feel like physical pain, but it's unrelated.
Hmm. So is there any wanting to change the issue?
Oh yes, absolutely.
And bring
I want to know that I can work without this stress on the level of fear.
Mhm. Was there ever a moment when it wasn't there?
Yes, there were many moments in my life.
Okay. So are you actually separate from that option?
No, the option is there.
Okay. So,
So,
and is there
so
any
I
wanting?
remember the last time I worked, I had like two like time slots, and the first one I felt quite calm,
Uh-huh.
and so it's definitely an option.
So let's check on that a little bit differently. What's between you and the option of being your true self in every situation of your life?
Fear, want for control, sense of separation.
Okay. Could you welcome all that?
Yes, and now the
Could you,
feeling is here.
okay. Could you welcome the feeling as a programming?
Yeah,
And then could you welcome all you wanting to do something with, about, or against this? Including hold on, including maintain the illusion, and including getting rid of the illusion.
hmm. Yeah, there's both. It's funny. It's almost the idea that maintaining the illusion of unsafety keeps me
Yes,
safe.
it's promising
It
something
makes
probably.
it makes no sense, but
Hmm.
the thought came up.
So could you let go wanting to believe in that again as best you can?
Ah, yes.
And then could you just simply welcome that which you are, that which is aware, that which is noticing, that which is giving light and life to everything.
Yeah.
That which is the source of everything, or the screen of life.
Yes.
And then could you welcome any remaining idea of being a separate individual, separate from others?
Oh yeah, yeah. How much it creates fear.
And then notice any wanting to do anything with, about, or against that, or any underlying wanting for control, approval, security, separation, oneness.
Yes, I want to release it.
Yes. And could you let go wanting that and rather do that?
I could let go of wanting. Yeah.
I mean, you're actually doing it. And then could you welcome others just as the rest of yourself?
No, the fear is too deep.
The fear is too deep?
Yeah.
Then stay
In this
there.
moment.
Say that again, the last sentence.
In this moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So could you allow yourself to fear as much as you do?
Yes.
And notice any wanting to change or maintain that?
Yeah, to maintain.
Yes.
It's like there's like, oh, it's so deep.
And could you allow yourself to maintain it for a second? Since it's so urging, so, since it wants to be that way for a second.
Meaningful. Yeah. Yeah, I can maintain it. Yeah.
And then could you just release a little bit? Could releasing happening? Oh, a yearning. It looks like releasing.
Yeah. I could release it. I could let a tiny bit release. Yeah.
And then jump back to the fear. Enjoy the fear again.
Yes, oh, I'm so scared, and I want there's something I want. It's almost like I want validation for being scared or something.
And
Look,
note
everyone,
that
how scared I am.
sometimes we really like that. We really like to enjoy the suffering. I experienced that as well with sadness and with fear and all kind of emotion. And now it's our little suffering
It's getting stronger.
A little bit, and
it's getting stronger, the fear.
Okay. Is there any wanting to stop that?
Yeah. For a moment, I was almost frightened by the oh, is this going to become a panic now that I can't handle?
And then could you also welcome that which is calm? That this is available as well.
A tiny bit.
Okay. And then notice any remaining sense of fear or panic.
Yeah, it's almost overwhelming. It's crazy.
Now, could you welcome the sense of overwhelm? Could you let go of that feeling of overwhelm? It's just a feeling.
I don't know. Yes.
Mhm. And what's beneath that or below that?
Fear.
Could you welcome the fear? What's the false evidence appearing real? What's apparently the reason for that?
Well, the reason is I'm a separate individual,
Okay. Could you believe that
and
for a
something
second?
bad could happen to the separate body. It might, I don't know.
And is there any wanting activated with that? Any wanting control, approval, security, separation, oneness?
Yes.
And could you allow for that wanting, even if it's more than one?
Yes.
And then also notice how personal that appears to be. How personal the sense of being a separate individual appears to be. Or how personal it appears to be to switch from the separate individual to that which is everything and everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels personal.
Even that there's something like a border that you have to cross, a borderline, and that you are on one or the other side, which is separation as well.
Yeah, I'm in the body looking out.
But who or what is actually in the body looking out? Isn't that what you are?
I can't find it's the it we are referring to.
Mm-hmm.
I see a body.
Yes.
I don't see what sees it.
What's allowing for the seeing?
What's allowing for the seeing? That's interesting.
What's the
It's
source of
not.
seeing?
There's nothing. Yeah. No, I don't. There is no source.
Mm-hmm.
No apparent source.
Mm-hmm.
In
Would you like?
concepts, in thoughts, maybe like the brain, blah
Okay.
blah. But it's just a thought.
And if you go deeper than that?
There's simply stuff. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
There's no thought of a seer or what is seen or
Yes.
labels. For some reason, I'm looking at my left leg. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't. Yeah, it's just like a random shape.
And what's aware of that?
Nothing. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And what is
It just
this?
is.
What are you?
I don't know.
It's the perfect answer.
I have no idea. No, absolutely no idea.
Because you're nothing that can be catched with words.
Yeah.
It's just pointers, those words. So how do you feel right now? How is the emotional state?
Well, the focus on this certainly takes away the fear.
Mm-hmm.
It feels very neutral
Okay.
and just being with this conceptless perceptions,
Mm-hmm.
not unlabeled perceptions, let's say. It feels calm.
You know, you can address that also holistically if you're by yourself. Can I allow myself to appear as separate as much as I do? Can I allow myself to appear as one as much as I am, or as I wouldn't believe or see that I am? So there are things you can ask yourself by yourself. Um, if you are somehow
I got
doubting.
an idea. Maybe if I'm at work tomorrow and I feel the
Yes.
fear,
Or
I
can
will
I
just
feel?
kind of tune out and just look at my leg or whatever. Without the
Can I
story.
feel as much fear as there is, and can
Mm-hmm.
I experience as much courage as there is? And by the way, never forget, everybody, even to be ready to see, hear, or feel anything is already a sense of courage. So you're
Mm-hmm.
already courageous. Even your appearance here in the call with panic, there's already courageousness because you're wanting to present yourself and release it. So there's
It's
already
willingness. Yeah.
a good portion of courage in there. You
Yeah.
shouldn't
Willingness.
oversee that. So how are you now?
I think that's very, very good.
Okay,
I'll see what happens tomorrow at work, and if necessary, we'll just release
mhm.
some more on it.
Yes.
Just bit by bit, you know.
Okay.
So thank you so much. It's really
You're
valuable.
welcome. Yes. Great. So Ronnie has his hand up. Ronnie, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear. Okay, you can speak up.
Oh, hi. I have an issue
Mhm.
with my friend, and he is also the landlord.
Mhm.
And I'm also now using his car.
Yes.
But the thing is that we had some agreements,
Mhm.
and every time I speak with him, he wants to change them. If he has been speaking with some other persons,
Mhm.
then he's wanting to change them. And the story is that he has some ADHD, so he's hyper,
Mhm.
um, and because of that, the energy is diminished in the house, and also with my roommate, because he's now living in the room because he wants to go to Spain, but it doesn't happen.
Mhm.
So there's some stress with that,
Mhm.
and I would like to release on it.
Okay. Where do you sense the stress right now? Is it somewhere in the body mind?
Yeah, it's in the body, like a little bit of pressure on my chest,
Mhm.
and every time that he's in the home, then you think, okay, what will he say now, or
Mhm.
how will that go?
Mhm. So could you just simply allow yourself to be in touch with that pressure in the chest for now?
Yes, I can do it.
Mhm. And then could you notice any wanting to do anything with, about, or against this? Any wanting to change it or hold on to it, release it, understand it? Make it
Yes, I can.
about something or someone, if there is. This feeling is
Yeah,
there
that's someone.
because Mhm.
Mhm.
I'm not saying this is right or wrong, but there could be the conclusion that the feeling is there because of the issue.
It is.
Mhm. And then could you also notice the sense that this is personal about you or them or it, that there is a relation between
Yeah, it feels
separate
personal.
things or bodies?
It feels personal and some separation.
And could you allow that to feel as personal as much as it does for a second?
That's not a problem.
And then check to see if there's any underlying wanting for control, approval, security, separation, oneness, or more than one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those, the oneness and then control, or sometimes separation.
Would you want that as much as you do?
Yeah, I can feel that I want it.
And then could you notice how personal that appears to be?
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm. And then just for now, could you let go of wanting that as best as you can?
Yes, I can.
And then could you just be open to a better solution, a better outcome, a better feeling?
Yeah, I can be open to that.
To fresh ideas for the situation.
Yeah. Good ideas or
Mm-hmm.
good solution.
And how does it feel now inside the body?
It's a little bit like I want to figure it out, so that's how that will be then. The new situation, the new,
Okay.
and there's still a little bit of insecurity and not knowing how.
Could you welcome that wanting to know and that wanting to maybe get it done or be ready with it, or it's a wanting security too. Or
Yes, I can.
even, yes. And notice any sense how personal that appears to be.
Yes, it feels personal.
And then could you just stretch beyond that and let go wanting to know and allow yourself to know instead when it's ready to know something?
Yes, I can let it go and let life.
It's also often, resistance that we don't know right now. We want to know it now. We are not willing to wait for the moment when the answer pops in or shows up or is happening spontaneously. We often want to have a plan before.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's also because of this morning there was some issues and then the energy dropped.
Yes.
There will be some, I think, some talking about it, but when, so that's also a little bit the issue that I'm having. So yes, you want to have a plan, you want to know someone is how it goes. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And which wanting is this coming from?
Wanting to control, but also
What kind of feeling do you want to
oneness.
avoid by that? If you have a plan, what is the thing that you want to avoid? Is it a
What I want
shame
someone
or
is
blame thing that you want to avoid certain feelings if you're probably not prepared enough because of past memory or experience?
yeah, the thing is that's of course is a story, but he can go to left and right, so you never know how he is. He's in a
Yes.
good mood or in a bad mood,
Yes.
and how he will take it. So that's more so much the thing that is in my mind,
Is
and
that
how I
a little bit?
will protect myself for that.
Yes, it's a bit challenging, probably.
It is.
Yes. And is there any wanting to change that?
Definitely.
Mhm. And could you want to change that as much as you do?
Yes, I could.
Mhm. And could you let go wanting to change that?
Yeah, I can let them go.
And then could you just be a little bit more open to the possibility that you have all the power for such a situation that you need to have? Even if we labeled it challenging before. What if you can be so relaxed that it doesn't matter how he is and that you have a good answer for him in every situation that may soothe the situation or him if he's not good, or that we jump into his good state if he is in a good state.
Yeah. Yeah. I already have some feelings mostly into the silence that's inside of me and just go from there
Mhm.
without knowing exactly how to do it, but it's there.
Mhm. And how does it feel now?
It feels better.
Mhm. How's the chest?
Yeah, still a little bit,
Okay.
but it's more that, that I want to figure it out. So that's the things that I'm
Okay.
having.
And is that
What I just see is
wanting,
that
what's the underlying wanting of wanting to figure it out for you right now?
still control, so it's control and
And could you want to control as much as you do for a second?
yes, I can.
And then notice also any wanting to change that or release that or hold on to that or get rid of it.
Just one other question. When I also feel someone
Yes.
is wanting love, is
Yes.
that also someone that's
Yes.
that's what
Wanting
I'm also
approval.
feeling.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Then could you want love as much as you do, or loving him or loving the situation?
Yes, I can.
Mhm. And then could you just simply allow yourself to be love or be loving?
Yes, I can.
Mhm. And then could you want love as much as you do? Could you allow love to appear separate from you or the situation as much as it does?
Yes, I can.
And then could you just simply be the love that you are, or be as loving as you are, as
Yes, I
kind
can.
as you are, as gentle as you are?
Yes, I can.
And then could you allow yourself to want love as much as you do?
Yes.
Mhm. And then could you just notice that you are love?
Yes, I can.
Mhm. And this love can be very neutral. It doesn't have to be um, so active or
Mhm.
what we have in mind
But
about love usually.
the thing for me is that I know that I'm love.
Mhm.
I'm the silence.
Mhm.
We are all one. But for me, the trouble comes there. So that's what I'm figuring out. I'm understanding it also. That if I'm starting to talk and interact with the other person,
Yes.
then something else popping up.
Okay.
Like I'm getting angry, or I'm not understanding him, or
Mhm.
something like this. That's something that I don't want.
Mhm. Maybe you can do something different in the situation. I do this sometimes as well, where if I'm catching myself while I'm being with others, I ask sometimes for the wanting if my mind makes something up internally. Nobody will note that in the moment, but you know, if there's something coming up, then I ask myself, is what wanting is that coming from? Or often it just pops by seeing, okay, that's just the next thing in the way, you know.
Okay.
Or can I turn this into love? Or what is this thought or feeling if that's not who or what I am, or if that's not my true opinion? So there's lots of things you can do about it, or you just notice. You just notice, okay, something is arising, and it's not how I want to be with him or with the situation. Could I let go wanting to change the stuckness? Is also helping
Yeah,
them.
I think what I'm
And
getting
be
is that what
spontaneous.
I can.
Be spontaneous then. Do something different than what's in mind.
The thing what I'm just getting is that I could get into the silence and then just say nothing, but just feel and get there and then react from there,
Yes.
instead of um, getting into my mind and then okay.
Or you can make a humor around it. You can make up a sense of humor and say, you know what I had in mind, and make ha 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 ha, but then you see that's not the situation.
But the thing is, I was also, the thing is for me is that then feeling that I'm on ice with him, because I never know if he will take it good or bad.
Yes.
So then it's like I'm balancing on the court if I'm doing that. So also
What
when
is it
I'm really,
needing?
but the thing is, I can also just say so much. I can just do it, and whatever so much the reaction is, it's not me. That's also a possibility.
And I would recommend putting him into a cleanup procedure from time to time.
Yeah. That's also a good one. Thank you.
That's very good for relationship issues. And that may clean up a lot.
I will do that also. Thank you.
How is it now? How do you feel right now?
I think for now it's good. Thank you. Thank you for all the help.
You're welcome. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh. Who else? Or may we just switch to a cleanup procedure? Maxine has something first. Maxine, you can unmute.
Hi, Christoph. Yes, a cleanup procedure would be great, but I do have something that I would like assistance with. And I have this, I'm not a procrastinator. I'm really a doer. And yet there's certain tasks that I just can't bring myself to do. And it's bothering me that I'm not able to successfully do them or do them at all until they're finished. I can't seem to stay focused and just get it done.
What if they're not ready to do them until now?
Obviously not, and it's very true. And yes, I'm trying to force my will in the matter. And I want to say I don't need to go into a lot of story about it, but I lost my sister like 2 years ago, and it's about packing up and selling, donating her things. And I'm just dragging my feet.
Yes.
I just haven't been able to be successful with that. So
What's in the way between you and letting her things go finally? What's preventing you from, making changes there?
I
Or,
nothing's coming up.
okay.
Maybe there's a sense of just letting her go, even.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, the mind knows that that's not the case, but clearly there's some attachment there that I have. I think, her things just kind of a lot of memories, a lot of things come up.
Yes. So
So,
what's the problem with taking a little bit more time for the process? What
well,
if,
I guess in my mind, I feel like if I could clear out her things, others will be able to use them. But
Mhm.
um,
It's a
yeah,
practice?
it feels like it's an unfinished, huge project,
Yes,
and it's weighing on me from that standpoint.
yes.
Um,
Is there
yeah.
also the sense of overwhelm?
Uh, yeah, for sure.
Yes. So
Yeah.
could you let go of that feeling of overwhelm?
I don't know how to do that.
Mhm. Can you feel the feeling of overwhelm? Or have an idea about that?
Yes, an idea about that.
Mhm.
Yes,
Can you trace the idea to the feeling in the body mind
I do. Yes, I
as
do
an
feel it.
experiment?
I'm sorry.
As an experiment?
Yes, I feel it in the pit of my stomach.
Mhm.
Yes.
And which wanting is there activated? Any wanting control, approval, security, separation, oneness?
Control and approval.
Mhm. And then could you want that for a second? Notice also any resistance to wanting it.
Yes.
And then could you also notice how personal that feels?
Yes.
And then could you just simply allow that to dissolve a little bit?
So wanting, the controlling, the
Mhm. Mhm.
uh,
Whatever is ready to dissolve.
uh, yes.
And what's the now feeling?
It's a lot better.
Mhm.
Um, I'm still in my head about it.
Mhm. And could you be there for a second?
I'm sorry.
Could you be in the head for a second? And then could you notice that the awareness is also there?
Wow. Yes.
Could you soothe the head with the awareness that you are?
Mhm. Yes.
And then check to see, is there another feeling somewhere in the body-mind system?
I'm not feeling anything else.
Okay. And if you now do think about the issue of your sister, is that changing something?
Well, it feels like the task is still there, but there's
Mhm.
no urgency. There's
Yes.
no doer or doing
Yes.
around it. It's as it is, and I'm fine about it. Yeah. I'm not needing to figure it out.
Yes.
Yeah. Feels much kinder
Mhm.
to myself. Yeah.
So take your time for that. You will feel when it's ready to do, or if it is not ready to do.
And that's been my attitude for 2 years. I kind of go in and out of just allowing it to just kind of unfold, and then other times I make it a task to do something.
Yes.
But just letting go of the anxiety and the overwhelm around it, it's just it's much more pleasant to be
Mhm.
with.
And
And
maybe
again, not
maybe
knowing
yeah,
what
there will be the one or the other feeling as you go into action. And maybe you can just take that as a chance for further releasing.
for further releasing.
Yes, if you catch yourself becoming emotional about her because you're um, doing something
Yeah,
about it, then you
yeah.
can use this for releasing.
It's interesting. I sold a few of her things recently, and I didn't feel any sorrow or attachment. It just came up in this moment.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just very interesting. So actually, I'm not. Words kind of confuse things. I'm not feeling that emotional charge and that sense of overwhelm. And for now, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Whatever the task needs to happen or doesn't need to happen, I'm not really preoccupied with that anymore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Looks like little tasks around the issue are already possible.
I'm sorry.
It looks like little tasks around the issue are already possible.
Yes,
So
they've already been happening. So um yeah, just letting go of that charge around it, that anxiety, that overwhelm around it makes it so much more comfortable in the body. Yeah, yeah. So thank you for that. That was very sweet. Yeah,
Yes.
very wonderful.
Likewise.
Yes.
Hey, we have a couple of minutes left. I will not do the cleanup procedure. I do another release. What's between you and being your true self in every moment of your life. So could you just simply welcome whatever that brings up inside of you? What is between you and being that which you are, or acting to the best and highest good for your life? And then could you just simply welcome whatever that brings up inside? Whatever memory, thought, or feeling. And then notice if there is a feeling, that's just a program. And could you also notice any wanting to do anything with, about, or against this? Any wanting to figure it out? Any wanting to hold on to it? Any wanting to use it again? Any wanting to avoid the use of the programming? As well as any underlying wanting that brings up or is coming from. Any underlying wanting control, approval, security, separation, oneness. And then could you also notice or welcome or allow for the sense that this is personal about you or who you are? My feeling, my programming, my reactivity. My relationship with separate others or other individuals. And then could you just simply decide to let that go as best you can? And also allow it to be as it was, as best you can. And then could you just simply stretch beyond that? Stretch beyond the feelings, the reactivity, the programming. Not denying it, just stretching beyond, just letting it go. And then could you welcome your spontaneous capabilities, your intuition, your power, your knowingness, how to deal with life in every second. And sometimes you do know before, and sometimes you don't. And then could you just notice that you are that power that knows the way, that you are intuition, or that you are that which is the word intuition pointing to. And let's do this process again. What is between you and being your true self in every situation of your life? And could you just simply welcome whatever is apparently in the way to being your true self? And could you just simply welcome any wanting to do anything with, about, or against this, as well as any underlying wanting that's motivating that? Any wanting control, approval, security, separation, oneness. Any wanting to be controlled, any wanting to get disapproval, any wanting to get insecurity, any wanting separation, oneness. And then could you also notice or welcome any wanting to do anything with, about, or against this, or out of that, those wantings? And could you notice or welcome to any sense that any of that is personal about you or who you are? And then could you let go of wanting to believe that again? And then could you just simply stretch beyond what's in the way? Could you just pass the illusion of that there is something in the way? And then could you just welcome or notice the knowingness that you are? Would you welcome intuition that you are? And even beyond those concepts? Could you notice that you are all power for every situation of life? And could you also let go wanting to take that so seriously? And let's do this process one more time. What is between you and being your true self, or acting to the best and highest good for yourself in every situation of your life? Could you just simply welcome whatever hindrance there is inside of you? What's in the way? Might be a feeling, which is a program, might be a thought. And could you just simply welcome whatever that brings up inside? And then could you welcome any wanting to do anything with, about, or against this? Any wanting to hold on to it? Any wanting to get rid of it? Any wanting to figure it out? Any wanting to get it done? Any wanting to control back? Any wanting love or approval? Any liking or disliking you have for it? Any sense of rejection or attraction you have for this? And then could you welcome any wanting to do anything with, about, or against this? And could you also notice any remaining sense that any of that is personal or impersonal or other than you? And then, as best you can, could you let go of wanting to believe that again? And could you just open up to the knowingness that you are instead? Could you be intuitive only? So let's change the question a little bit. What's between you and your intuition or knowingness? And could you welcome whatever that brings up inside? Might be a distrust. Might be a programming that speaks against intuition. And then could you welcome any wanting to do anything with, about, or against this? Any wanting to believe the programming more than what intuition is telling you? And also notice any wanting to do anything with, about, or against that. And could you also welcome any sense that's personal about you or who you are? Or if there's any feeling about it, any shame, blame, game, could you just notice that and stretch beyond? Stretch beyond to the knowingness that you are. Stretch beyond to being intuitive only. And notice that these are just words that are bringing you just to the edge of what you are. And then notice any hesitation there to being what you are. And then could you let go of wanting to hesitate around being what you are just for now? And then could you just simply be what you are? With all its qualities. Almighty, all-knowing, omnipresent. Could you just simply allow yourself to be that which you are? Indestructible, all-allowing, all-generating, and all-dissolving. And could you just simply allow yourself to be that what you are, which you are? And if there's still any hesitation to being that, could that be noticed right here and now? And could you stretch beyond that? And then could you just simply allow yourself to be that which you are? Which doesn't have to have a name or a form. Or behavior. It allows for all of that. And then could you just be that? Could you just be? Okay, everybody. Any more questions or requests for releasing assistance or any sharing gains? It's quiet now. Let's have some seconds in quietness, 10 seconds. So you can unmute if you'd like to and say bye-bye. This was the English part of the call. I will do in 10 minutes a German extension. Who is capable of German or who just wants to enjoy German sounds can stay with us. And everybody else, I wish a wonderful day.
All right,
Thank
thank you so much.
Christoph. That was wonderful. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yes, it was.
Mhm.
Bye-bye.
Bye.